guys, welcome to episode 15 of our podcast. Today we've got some fun topics.
It's called the Super Mega Cast.
I'm sorry,
it's not just some
welcome
podcast.
to Super Mega Cast. I am Matt Watson, and I'm here with my lovely friend
And partner.
not like a life partner.
No, like a business partner.
Well, I'll probably know you for life, but
oh, sorry, not a business partner. A fun partner.
A friend.
Ryan McGee.
Yeah, that's Mr. Ryan McGee over there, and we are here to bring you a fresh, brand spanking new episode of Super Mega Cast for all of you guys to feast your ears upon. We got some fun things to talk about today.
A bunch of fun things to talk about. Are you excited for all the fun things we're going to talk about?
I am excited for all the fun
Yes.
things we're going to talk about.
First off, War Dogs is a movie that we saw recently. It's the latest movie we've seen, and this movie review series is probably not going to come out for a long time, but it's going to happen eventually. So just sit back, relax, and be patient. But until then, they're still going to remain here on the podcast.
Yeah,
except these aren't the reviews that you'll be. Fuck it. Okay. Anyways, War Dogs, Matt. Let's start off with the. Did we like it?
I loved it personally.
I really, really enjoyed it. I liked it. I would say it's kind of like the same story in a sense as Wolf of Wall Street. It's like that same dynamic of coming from nothing or having kind of a shitty job and then building yourself up to be very rich and successful, and like all the downfalls that come with what you're doing to become rich and successful. Just one of those like Martin Scorsese type of storylines in a sense, but it's directed by the guy who did the Hangover trilogy.
Todd Phillips.
Our
boy Todd Phillips.
I think he also did Old School.
He did that movie with Zach Galifianakis and
Due Date.
Yeah, Due Date.
Mark
Wahlberg.
What?
Is Mark? Wait, no. Who? Oh, fucking what's his
Robert
name?
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jones.
Yeah, they look alike.
Robert Downey Jones. Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Wahlberg.
We saw Robert Downey Jr. in person for probably 3 seconds.
Yeah, he was in disguise.
He's wearing a fedora. I remember that. Can't forget that.
No.
But War Dogs was a movie that Ryan and I have been anticipating ever since we first saw the trailer way back in, like April or something?
Yeah, I like Todd Phillips' style of making like a dirty comedy.
Yeah.
Not like dirty as in like vulgar or anything, but it just, you look at
Gritty.
this. Yeah, gritty. I like the actors in it. Miles Teller is from my favorite movie of 2014, Whiplash.
I have not seen Whiplash.
You should.
I would love to. Everyone tells me I should.
Yeah, and of course Jonah Hill, which has surprised audiences everywhere.
Yeah,
in his other roles.
He actually, he's been doing more serious roles. I mean, War Dogs is still a comedy, but he played more of a serious character.
He's not a college student trying to get some poon.
Yeah, but he did a really good job, I thought. He played his character perfectly in a sense that like I think when someone plays a character and you really hate them like with a passion,
just because they're a piece of shit.
Yeah, like that's how I think they played a character really well.
Yeah, he definitely plays a piece of shit. No, spoiler alert. It's not really a spoiler at all. It's just he just plays that asshole friend,
Yeah,
the typical asshole friend in a comedy. And Jonah Hill, he likes to gain and lose weight. I'm not sure if it's for his roles, but I would assume maybe they would.
Yeah, he was big in this movie. He was really fat, like old Jonah Hill fat.
His performance at first, I wasn't set on it, and then after about 10 minutes with the character, I really got used to it, and it just felt natural. I was like, okay, I believe it. It's good. We're good now. Just at first, it came off like a bit because none of the other characters were very out there and zany like his character is. I'm not saying he's like cartoon. Well, he's more cartoony than the other characters, definitely.
Yeah, but overall, I think it had the perfect balance of comedy and then hardcore drama. You know what I'm saying? A dramedy. Yeah. I love dramedies. They're it's the best genre.
I like when the stakes are high. It makes you feel like they shot on location with the movie too.
I think they did. I mean, we could probably look that up, but
yeah.
I don't think when they went to Jordan, the country in the movie, and it seemed like they can't fake that.
Doesn't look like a Hollywood set to me.
And same with when they were driving from Jordan to Baghdad. It all looked really convincing.
Yes.
I mean, obviously they didn't go to the real Triangle of Death, but
no.
Which is Triangle of Death, I think, is an area between Baghdad and Jordan, which is one of the most dangerous places to go through in the world.
Is it still one of the most dangerous, or are there more dangerous places now due to the recent rise?
Well, I can tell you this: apparently the most dangerous place in the world, from what I've read, is the DMZ between North and South Korea.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
The most dangerous place in the world?
So they don't fuck around there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I really liked War Dogs a lot, and I would probably see it again.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite comedy of the year. It's not the best movie I've seen all year, but it is definitely something I recommend to give a watch or give a try.
Oh, definitely. Give it a try.
Yeah, so we both recommend it on our own accord. So take it or leave it.
Yeah, and I actually surprisingly,
I didn't like the actress. One more thing, sorry, the actress who played his wife. I don't think she's a good actress.
who is she? She was
What's her name? Fuck her name.
Ana de Armas.
Yes, she
Ana
played
de
Iz.
Armas.
Yep, she was also in Knock Knock, which is not a. It's a horrible movie.
Knock Knock. It sounds
Bad.
like a Kevin James movie. Or not? Yeah.
It's what's his name? Eli Roth directed it, and then Keanu Reeves stars in it, and then it's her and then some other girl that also starred in Green Inferno. Just a clusterfuck of just terrible choices.
Eli Roth movies.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually surprisingly have not seen Superbad.
You haven't? No,
I have not
neither
seen
have I.
Superbad. Oh, really?
I've only seen bits and pieces, like when it would come on TV.
I've seen little bits of it too.
We should we see? I don't know. I'm afraid I won't like it.
Well, I think you should still see it anyway. It's not gonna like ruin anything. It's not like
True.
you have like a high holding of it already.
That was more for like when we were young. That was for kids that are our age now, like the older high school to like early college kids. Even
Yeah,
though I'm
that's-
technically the age where I should be a graduate of college, but you know, I failed my parents on that regard.
Fucking failure, Ryan. They're very disappointed in you.
Yep, and
Your
now
mom
I'm doing
texted me
this
earlier
for
today
this-
and said, "Tell Ryan I'm very disappointed in him.
Tell Ryan he could have done something else.
He could have done something, productive with his life.
He could have been an astronaut.
Well, I don't know about that. That takes like a lot of.
Could have been in the military.
You definitely could have done that.
Anyone could do that.
Could have sold your
God, that
your
sounds
freedom away.
That
And
sounds shitty. I don't mean like any. Well, what I mean is, gay, black or white, yellow, blue,
what?
that are stripes.
Ryan, you know that I'm blue.
You are welcome in the military, kids.
Whoa. Is that a real song?
No,
You just came up with that on the spot?
is that surprising?
You should
It
fucking.
didn't make any fucking sense.
Dude, you
didn't have any rhythm.
You should. The military. If you're listening, anyone in the U.S. military, get Ryan an interview to be hired as like the U.S. military jingle writer. We will win any war because everyone will want to enlist. There was actually yesterday or last night. There was like a massive earthquake in Italy that's killed like 250 people.
Really?
Yeah. Did you even hear about
Fuck,
that?
No,
Yeah, because it wasn't.
I don't keep
American,
up with
so
the news.
I just get news notifications on my phone every day. So
Nothing surprises me anymore. Like, why do I need to be updated by constant tragedy?
That's
Nothing
true.
fucking surprises me. I don't care.
'Cause
It's
what-
bad, I get it, boo-hoo. But you have to be updated with what's going on. Yeah, what's going on is everything's just boo-hoo, sad or bad. Is it sad or is it bad this time, Matthew? What is the news?
Let's turn on the news and see. Let's play. Is it sad or bad, or is it dad? That's the secret little channel where it's just Dale doing his dances. Dale loves his dances. You want to hear a funny thing my dad did?
He danced?
One time, my dad was in front of the TV, and I was watching. I say, "Hey, Dad, move!" And he started dancing because I told him to move.
Really?
It's classic Dale.
My dad, if I stood in front of the TV, he'd be like, "You're not a window." And I'd be like, "What does that mean?" He'd be like, "I have to explain it to my
Oh my
stupid
God,
son."
just get out of the way, son.
I know, he's like...
I can't believe you didn't get that. You call yourself a comedian?
But Dad, I'm not even... I haven't picked out my, my
Prom dress.
dreams.
Dad, I haven't picked out my prom dress yet. What would your...
Oh my
Never
God,
mind.
prom. I went to junior and senior prom.
I did too, and junior prom was a blast. Senior prom sucked ass.
Both proms were decent. I just, like, the events surrounding them were pretty just weird. Let me paint the picture for you, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, paint it for me.
Junior year.
Yeah.
Ryan knows a gal that he's been friends with
Oh.
since sophomore year of high school.
Ryan, that's
And-
a whole year.
Yeah,
Friends
her
with the girl for a whole year.
yeah, no, she broke up with her boyfriend recently.
Ooh.
And her boyfriend was jealous of me because we hung out a lot and we talked and we were like, "Hey, how you doing?" I
Uh-oh.
actually started to develop feelings for her. While she was still in the relationship. And so I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the prom?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, sorry. Someone already asked me." I was like, "Uh-oh." And then it turns out that other guy invited just a bunch of girls to the prom just to like so maybe one would say yes. So like it ended up that she was just one of the many yeses that he had.
That's so shitty.
I know. So she was like, "Fuck it," and then we went, and then there was a chocolate fountain with cheese and crackers and shit.
Cheese in the chocolate fountain and crackers?
No, the chocolate fountain was separate, and then they also had cheese
I love fondue.
and then crackers. And then senior prom, I wore a big dumb gray tux.
Like
I looked
your
like
grandpa's funeral.
Yeah, I looked like a fucking clown.
Well, might have been the clown shoes. So junior prom, I don't really remember it that much. I don't even remember junior prom right now. What?
Really?
Oh, I remember it now. Yeah. It was fun.
Wasn't that long ago for you? What, like
I know,
a year ago?
Very funny, Ryan. No, I junior prom was fun. I danced my pants off, had a good time. And then senior prom, basically I went with a girl who's my friend, and then the girl I actually liked, I saw her talking about how cute this other guy was, and I got really depressed, and then I went
depressed.
And I
got depressed?
Yeah, I was like,
you were depressed because of this?
I was really upset. I was like, oh man. So I just left prom. And also at my prom, so they booked this venue that I guess they sold more tickets than the venue would allow people in. So people were like, we paid $50 for a prom ticket. Like, you got to let us in. And people would like refuse to leave. They're like, yeah, sorry guys, some of you just need to leave prom even though you paid.
What?
Yeah, no, it was a clusterfuck. So then the DJ they hired was this just white, like 40-year-old dude named DJ Kyle. And DJ Kyle put his hands up in the air and refused to play music until people left.
What a fucking cunt,
So
dude.
guess what? Almost Come on. It is Super Mega Cast, and we are back. This is the 16th episode, and it is it's September 1st.
So, there is a big topic that has just dropped as of today.
Little bombshell that just...
Yeah, and it's not technically new. Well, part of it is, and the actions being taken are new. It's
worth to talk about, though.
It's the YouTube terms of service stuff. Regarding demonetization of videos.
So basically, as a lot of you have probably heard, what YouTube has started doing is, as of I think the 31st of August, I believe they started to
of 2016
of 2016 and after Christ, YouTube has started demonetizing videos that are quotes advertise. That are
not advertiser friendly.
Not advertiser
non-friendly.
Unfriendly, yeah.
Whatever the term is.
So basically, YouTube has dropped this bombshell saying that, listen up, if your content is not advertiser friendly, we're not going to let you monetize it. Which, to a lot of people that, don't work on YouTube, most viewers that don't, make YouTube videos, they're like, okay, well, what's the big deal? Why should I care about this?
And you can even go as far to even say, this stuff has been in the terms of service for a while now. Why is it now getting the attention that it's getting?
It's out of the blue. YouTube suddenly started enforcing it, and then on top of that, just announced publicly oh yeah, we're doing this, by the way. We're starting now, and it's got people really freaked out for several reasons. Mainly because the biggest thing is it's a form of it's not exactly censorship. It is censorship, but it's because
you can't really complain freedom of speech because that deals with the government infringing on your rights of freedom of speech, and YouTube is a business, so technically it's not really infringing on that right. It's just as a company making decisions that are beneficial to that certain company and the money it brings in for itself.
And you can still upload, here's the thing, you can still upload videos about controversial subjects or whatever, but YouTube's just saying, okay, well, you can't monetize them. They're not advertiser friendly, so you can't make money off of them.
And why? And some of the reasons have been listed. Vulgar language.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up so I can read off. Here's the list of the content that is quote unquote considered inappropriate for advertising. Just going to go down the list here. Sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humor.
Well, I get the nudity thing, but sexual humor, pretty much every popular.
It's open-ended.
Anything.
It's open-ended.
Yeah.
It's very general.
Open-ended.
And as you will notice as I go down this list, these are very general and bland statements, and we will make a point addressing that after we go through these points. The next one is violence, including display of serious injury and events relating to violent extremism. Now, that could be, gang violence, regular murder violence that you see on Live Leak, but that could also deal with discussing or newsreel showing topics such as ISIS, extremism or any other type of widespread extremism linked with terror.
Yeah.
And then we have inappropriate language, including harassment, swearing, and vulgar language, which every YouTube channel is breaking. And here's the thing: they're not taking action on every channel on YouTube. They haven't really been enforcing this to the T.
Yeah, and if they want this as like a solid term of service, then why are they only enforcing it on certain people who they seem to not like? You know?
Yeah. And then another one is promotion of drugs and regulated substances, including selling, use, and abuse of such items. Sure, that's okay. You don't want to promote certain types of drugs or whatever.
You know, you're not going to make a YouTube video like, hey guys, I'm selling drugs.
Here's how to make heroin, which I'm pretty sure that's out there. Yeah, it's definitely out there. Or how to obtain heroin, blah, blah, blah.
How to make meth.
Oh, yeah, the fun Breaking Bad quandary.
Shake and bake.
And now this is the one that I believe was either recently added, or if if this last point was actually addressed earlier in the TOS, it still holds as the big one, and the one that I find, and I believe that Matt will also finds more problematic. It's content that is considered inappropriate for advertising are controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. Controversial or sensitive subject matter.
Subjective. That's all subjective.
Very, very open-ended and very, very general.
And so that's the big scary one, because basically controversial subjects, things that are controversial, they can be completely subjective on who they're controversial to. You know, who is sensitive to what topics.
As we've seen on Twitter recently, I don't agree with this person that they banned, but they did ban him for having a difference of opinion. Not just having a difference of opinion, but voicing his opinion, whether it be obnoxious or not. It's Twitter with Milo Yiannopoulos. I believe, honestly, that it was wrong to permanently ban him. I do not agree with what he said. I thought it was stupid what he said and dumb. But if we are to hold up the kind of facade of freedom of speech, then why are people such as the Westboro Baptist Church in line on Vine and stuff like that? I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but like, why do they have their own Vine? Why do they have their own socials? Like, oh, but because they're protected by freedom of speech, and it's their religious right. But yeah, but if I don't agree with it, then shouldn't it go away? Or if a big head corpse somewhere doesn't agree with it, then shouldn't it go away? Of course it shouldn't go away. It's freedom of speech. It's disgusting, no matter what side you might be on. But the fact of the matter is that people have the right to express their opinions, whether you believe or deem them wrong or not.
Right. And I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about the internet, is it's kind of a place where, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from, unless you're from, like, you know, China or North Korea, where you can, you know, the internet's like a big open, you know, field where you can go and express your opinions, even if they're different from people, and you can, you know, share your thoughts, your opinions, because it's a massive, you know, free platform for people to do that.
And that's one of the big problems right there, is that Twitter and YouTube are now socially, in this technological age of internet, you know, this is the internet boom, is that these main sources of people expressing their speech and stuff, it is being tampered with. It is.
And you know, it's not like it's the government doing it, but it's these massive corporate. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. It's these massive, you know, internet moguls that, you know, control like the online entertainment industry, that are basically, you know, saying like, okay, you said this, we don't like that, and I believe that, okay, you know, if you're legitimately saying something that is like out of hatred, and you're saying something that is invoking other people to commit acts of hatred or violence, then maybe that probably should be taken down. But when people are expressing their opinions and voices, and just because someone high up in Twitter or YouTube doesn't agree with your opinions, whatever they are, they should not be, you know, taken down.
Not to mention also the hypocrisy that's going on. You know, Google protested against SOPA, and which had the guidelines basically saying certain sites would be at fault for its uploaders or community uploaders, you know, just regular people, from their consumers' actions. And that was a very broad point, and it would have the ability for them to take down YouTube or other websites, depending on, oh, I didn't agree with this. So like YouTube and, Google and other websites became very scared of this general statement that could, really affect their business. And now they're enacting, or at least they have enacted, and now it's coming to light, these very bland uses of silencing people, or at least maybe they're not banning them yet, but they are
taking like baby steps towards that.
Yeah, they are taking away the ability for them to monetize their videos. And since a lot of people have now made this a form of income and a job or career, it's very detrimental to content creators, or it could get very detrimental.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't be surprised if, these gradual, because this is not the first time in the past, half a year that YouTube terms of service have been something widely talked about, because this is not the first time YouTube has recently changed their terms of service to something that people have not agreed with. And it's like they're slowly doing it more and more and more to things that people don't like. And earlier today they said, this isn't a new policy, it's just making it easier to see if you do get a video flagged and demonetized, why it happened. Which I didn't know that was an issue before this.
Yeah.
They said, in quotes, our policy of demonetizing videos that are not advertiser friendly has not changed. They said they're, always working to improve monetization and everything and help partners build strong businesses on YouTube. They're doing all they can to address frustration that they hear from partners. And the big thing is they're saying it's helping people know why their videos are demonetized. But I didn't know that was a common problem of YouTubers having their videos just demonetized, and like, why did this get demonetized? I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, and talking about them trying to calm down people's frustrations, I feel like they're doing the opposite. Philip DeFranco has the Philip DeFranco Show, Philly D, and he said as of now about over 40 of his videos have been demonetized, and he's actually addressed them, and some of them have been what looks like to have been demonetized for false reasonings, and you would assume that these are bots doing it, with tagging or due to the subject matter in the video, and YouTube is not willing to relinquish the claim that the bots have made, the final ruling, I guess, that they have made on his videos. So when you would pretty much almost kind of like feel like a company should be going out of its way to kind of, hose down the fire, to not fuel it, they are fueling it. They are not taking the proper steps to kind of suppress people's anxiety about this decision. And I feel like being vocal about it is important, because it's important for them to talk about it honestly and not so generally, just as something that had almost affected them might have ruined their business. Why are they letting something so general potentially affect the business of the people that have brought them so much success?
Yeah, and absolutely. And I remember like the first I heard about this was a few weeks ago. I remember hearing something that if you had the word ISIS in your video title, description, or tags, your video would not be able to be monetized. And so this was the first I've ever heard of people's videos not being monetized because of like any sort of reason. So, which I think this is dumb, because if you have ISIS in your video title, it's probably because you're reporting some sort of news or discussing ISIS. ISIS is not going on YouTube and making recruiting videos like, hey guys, come join ISIS.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ISIS.
We also have a gaming channel, ISIS Plays.
We also have a makeup channel.
And an unboxing channel. So basically, like right now I just saw on Twitter that Scarce had several of his videos demonetized because like the titles were about the whole Marina Joyce thing. Remember when the whole Marina Joyce scandal happened and there was the speculation like, what if there's the whole thing, she's been kidnapped by ISIS and being forced to make these videos. Kind of a silly idea, but just because he had the word ISIS in his description and title, they said that your videos are not approved for monetization. And then one of his other ones was Kid Trick Shots at McDonald's, FaZe Rain Responds, PewDiePie versus Ask a Gangsta. That was demonetized. And then I think one of the most shocking ones that was demonetized was Philip DeFranco. What was the title of the video? It was like
let me find it. Hold on. The title of the video was "Leaked Video of SJW Losing It Blows Up in Her Face." Now this may be coincidental, but Matt, I think you were about to bring up the fact that just like Twitter, there seems to be maybe a slippery slope kind of deal going on, even though that term gets eyes rolling and gets people all huffy and puffy, but it does exist.
Like here's what I'm saying is basically the people like YouTube and Twitter are known for being very big social justice advocates.
Well, at least now they're coming out to be, especially Twitter with their new what's it called? It's their
Council of Elders.
Yeah, they're whatever it is,
led by Anita Sarkeesian.
Has Anita Sarkeesian in it. So can we just point that out real quick? That it has a social justice warriors, nothing wrong, fight for the cause, whatever. But they're in charge of people's legitimacy on Twitter, their verification, their overall legitimacy in the public eye and the entertainment they produce. That is very troubling.
And here's the thing. So basically, you are completely entitled and allowed to be a social justice warrior. If those are your opinions, I will respect that, and you can absolutely, fight for whatever cause you want. The thing is, though, once people start, when the people that hold certain ideals and values manage these companies like YouTube or Twitter, and they have these very strong opinions that they believe are the absolute right opinion, and even if they are well, there's no such thing as a right opinion, but even if they are the correct side of
the
whatever.
Ethical correct
right. That still does not give them the right to hush and take baby steps at silencing and censoring other people's content that they don't agree with. This was a video of an SJW, having something blow up in her face, like an SJW fail or something, and that was demonetized. And seeing something like that, it would be different if all the videos had been things like, if we had been seeing videos getting demonetized that were videos that actually, it was like videos of like gang fights or videos that had partial nudity and stuff like that, I would have no problem with, because
go to Live Leak for that.
Yeah,
that site's open for it.
But the thing is, YouTube, what is YouTube's slogan? It's broadcast yourself. It's not broadcast our opinions. It's broadcast yourself. And everyone has different opinions on things, whether you like it or not. Everyone has different opinions. Some people have shitty opinions, and some people have, opinions that they think are right, and everyone else has a wrong opinion. And when the people that have that mindset of our opinion is the correct one, everyone else's opinion is wrong, incorrect, that's when it gets troubling, because then they start to, like we're saying, they're not removing these videos. They're not.
Yeah,
but
we'll
it is that slippery slope of people get used to this. Like, they're like, okay, well, after a while, people get used to them demonetizing things. And basically, here's the big thing: them demonetizing it is just a massive, almost passive aggressive, not even passive aggressive, but it's a massive push to make sure people don't make videos about these topics. That's all it is. Because it's like, oh, well, if I make a video about this topic, I have the potential of it not being monetized. And with a website like YouTube, where so many thousands of people depend on this website for income and revenue, it's like, okay, well, I can't make revenue if I talk about this topic. So yeah, it is censoring. And people that say it's not censoring, I think that they're wrong, because it absolutely is a form of censoring. Even on a small scale, it stretches out to be something much bigger over time.
And can you say that, well, YouTube, it won't get to that, terrible outcome, but it's like YouTube, if you haven't noticed, has always been farming its creators to upload videos of a certain type.
Yep.
There was the big push of anti-animation that I remember just freaked people out. There was that whole thing where the algorithm didn't support it. And then, people moved on from that, and then it was videos of longer content are given, privilege. And it's like, so those are Let's Plays. So you see where biases have taken effect due to monetary instances, affecting YouTube's ad revenue, stuff like that. So it's not a weird thing to think about of how they will herd and cattle its users to act a certain way and to push out a certain type of content that they
Right.
see fitting for their advertisers.
It's it's that kind of gradual. It's like that molding, saying like, okay, we're not forcing you to do this, but if you want to make money, you kind of have to do this.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like YouTube has always, people. There's always been a lot of bullshit with YouTube's everything regarding YouTube and advertisers, because like Ryan was saying, the YouTube algorithm, which if you don't know about that, basically YouTube has an algorithm that promotes different videos and allows people to get big, and it gives people's videos exposure based on certain factors like video length and stuff, because YouTube wants longer videos because they can put more ads on those videos. So what that did originally was, YouTube when it first started was, there was such a big variety of videos you see. And basically what happened was, they're like, okay, well, we can't make a lot of money on these small videos. And they changed the algorithm, partially because it used to be based on views, so you would get money based on views, and people would upload like 2-second videos, and then
it
get a shit ton
went
of
to
money.
retention.
Right, yeah, they moved it over to retention rates. And once they did that, they're like, okay, well, what gets the most, like, what did people watch the longest? And of course, it was videos like Let's Plays and stuff like that. So, because people will sit down and watch a video for a long time. And when they do that, YouTube's like, oh, we can put ads, multiple ads on this. So then basically, they change the algorithm more and more over time, making it worse and worse for, people trying to be creative and shit. So it's basically, unless you're making like 20-minute videos every like twice a day, every day, you're gonna have a real hard time being successful on YouTube. So
Well, I mean, that's why Kids with Problems is where it is, and why Super Mega is where it is.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, we didn't jump. We jumped. We didn't jump ship. We moved to something that we would have a good time doing, and that would be a better use of our time. and
Right.
resources.
Do not get the idea that we started this channel specifically because, do not get the idea at all that we started this channel because we wanted to match YouTube's algorithm. And we're like, I guess we got to make Let's Plays. We genuinely love making Super Mega, and we love the videos that we produce. We love making this content for you guys.
But at the same time, it pushed kids with the type of content Kids with Problems produced into
YouTube's
in-
algorithm
into
was
the
just
hole.
like, yeah.
So I mean, we had to think of a way. What content can we produce?
Right,
and of course, the shining sign is Let's Plays. And since you and I already like games, we may not be good at them, but you and I have a lot of fucking memories, and a lot of our past is hooked up to video games. Just because me being the lonely child and you being the fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
And then on top of that, it's also not only that, but we already had a large presence in the gaming community on YouTube, and we knew so many people. We were friends with so many people within the gaming community. It was kind of like, a no-brainer. It's like, well, why don't we?
We had a lot of people
get into
talk
this
to
market?
us and definitely say this is a good. This would be a good move for y'all. Y'all still get to make content, and I want to start making more live action stuff. Dude.
Absolutely. Basically, we have this channel. We've had a lot less varying content recently in the last month, and that is it is not because we're getting lazy or anything. It is specifically because, as you know, a month ago we started working for Game Grumps, and right now we are the managers of technically 5 channels. 5 big channels, and that is a lot of work. So we have not had as much time to dedicate to making, things like live action and other projects for the channel. But we're becoming more and more backlogged now, and we have a lot of things planned. We're going to get a lot more into doing live action for the channel and more stuff for you guys. So don't worry, there's gonna be a lot more stuff besides just game commentary.
Yeah, and we always promise a lot of stuff, and it may take a while to deliver, but we will deliver.
We will deliver.
The point of the fact is, it's like this is a time thing. Time moves really fast, but unfortunately, the time that moves fast is a long fucking extent of time. And again, it's going to take a while to get these things up and running. It's going to take a while in certain aspects to get certain shows up and running, to get certain types of content up and running that we want. But Super Mega is a continually transforming thing. We are constantly coming up with ideas, trying to work on it, and those ideas are not going to be just left in the dark because I'm going to be honest. I don't want to only do Let's Plays.
Oh,
it's
no,
fun, but I want to do what I came to LA and what inspired me to come out here, and what you we're inspired to eventually just kind of make your move out here as well, is to make fun, enjoyable content of your type of humor in a sketch type of form or in a live action type of form, because I feel like our sense of humor, I'm not saying it translates better, but you and I definitely have a different feel. It's a different type of connection we have with creating a sketch or a vlog type video than it is sitting down and having fun with a video game.
Right. And we know that you guys, we know that for the most part, most of you guys love, gaming content and stuff. And we're glad that you like that because we like producing as well. But like Ryan said, we, creating gaming videos it's a passion of ours, but we want to do so much more than that. And we have been busy, yes, but we like Ryan said, yeah, we have a lot of shit on the way that we have been promising, but
it's time.
Yeah, it's all about time. And still, talking about time, we're still a super new channel. We've been doing Super Mega since
We've been doing it since April. So April, May, June, July, August, almost 5 months.
Yeah, so we're still not even half a year old. And on that note, we would like to say, holy shit, thank you guys for the support you've given us.
I know.
5 months, watching how far we've come just in the last 5 months with this channel. We're coming up on 100,000 subscribers now within the next,
within the next month or so. We may hit it, which is exciting.
That's astronomical, guys. Thank you so much. You do not, your appreciation for our channel does not go unnoticed. Even, we love to joke around and shit on you guys and make comments about you guys, but at the end of the day, it's all in good taste. We love you guys. You are a fantastic fan base, and we couldn't be more thankful for your viewership and your comments. Well, some of your comments. Yeah,
I'm starting to read the comments a little less. I still go in and read them, but
they make me a little sad sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes they hurt my feelings.
I'm not saying we're being bullied off of reading comments. It's just
the bigger you get, you start to get more people that dislike you.
And no matter what, even if it's just block out the negative voices. Okay, I'm going to block them out, and I'm going to pay attention to the people that actually like the content, and those people will always show up no matter what, depending on, if I turn out to be a serial killer or not.
Huh?
Hopefully if I do, if the judge, and the...
Yeah, that's we're going to address this in next week's podcast,
yeah,
but yeah.
If my quadruple-duple homicide...
You're being convicted for a quadruple-duple homicide?
Yeah. But yeah.
But the people that appreciate our content, you do not go unnoticed by us.
And we're not saying if you hate our content, we hate you. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
You're entitled to your opinion.
But don't stick around just to be an asshole. Move on and do something or watch something that you will actually get something out of. Because here's the thing, people that hate on the content, it's a waste of your time.
If they keep coming back,
it's just a waste of the time. And there's other stuff that is better for them to focus on. And there's always going to be haters. And yes, that's true. I just really, I don't know. I guess I'm just confused by the general concept of it because, for example, I was talking about this when we were in a drive-thru for Taco Bell. Now sponsored by Taco Bell. Anyways, for example, with TV shows, there have been TV shows that I have quit watching. I loved them, and then the season started getting, whatever, and I dropped it. I didn't go to forums and complain. I didn't continuously watch the show every weeknight on Sunday. I just stopped watching it, and I moved my time over to something more worth it. And I'm honestly speaking here, we are not a good use of your time if all you're doing is pointing out negative things. Critiquing is another thing, but if you're just being a negative Nancy little person, little negative Nancy, we are not worth your time. Stop watching us. Please go watch something that you like, because we don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste your time, and it just kind of gets taxing after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of confuses me, honestly. It's just confusing when people seeing the same people complain over and over again. It's okay, why? Well, you don't need to watch us. It's no one's making you watch us. And like we talked about earlier, you're entitled to your opinion of not liking us. We get it. We're goofy Let's Players. You don't have to like us.
Assholes, and we deserve to be burnt at the stake.
We're gross little sellouts for that sweet YouTube money. like we get it if you don't like our channel. I just get confused overall by people that continue to complain, and I see that on a lot of other channels. I see people just complain and complain and complain when at the end of the day it's just a YouTube channel. If you don't like it, who gives a fuck? Go outside. Go watch a different. There are.
I think you and I know what you're talking about, but it's like it's that kind of just like. Here's the truth. You and I have seen a lot of terrible shit online. We go out of our way, live leak, best gore, you name it. We've seen fucked up shit, and we've seen that there are bigger things to complain about in the world.
Can't talk about that, Ryan. They're gonna demonetize this video.
Oh yeah. Well, we complain about little tiny stuff, but when you do it to us, we don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go home.
You're stupid.
Yeah. You may have.
Anyway, Ryan and I, we've been on this soapbox for a little while. We're both stepping off the soapbox, and Ryan, I'm opening it up. Hold on, what is this? Oh, dude, it's a Segway inside the soapbox.
What? Pull it out! Holy shit!
Get on!
Here we go! How boy? Howdy, where are we?
What do you want to talk about? Just riding it around. Let's talk about skateboarding, Ryan. Let's talk about fucking skateboarding.
I used to skateboard. I used to do some fucking sick ollies. I never grinded.
No,
I could never grind. But I did ollies. I could do ollies. That's one thing I could do.
I couldn't do an ollie, and I always grinded. So if you put our skills together, we would have been a marginal skateboarder.
We would have been the Tony Hawk of our generation. Skateboarding's out of fashion, right?
Yeah, it's actually funny. It was like an art form in a way that was so popular during the mid 90s and shit, and then just
it originated from surf culture, didn't it?
Yeah, it just died though. So, like skateboarding, back in like the 90s and stuff, skateboarding was like everyone had sponsors. It was huge. It was all over TV and shit. Like
the video games made money.
Everybody knew like who famous skateboarders were, and then they just fucking dropped off the face of the earth. Like I got an Uber a couple months ago, and my Uber driver was telling me about how in the 90s he was a professional skateboarder, that he knew Tony Hawk and Bam, and he used to skate with like Spike Jonze and stuff.
This is an Uber driver, so
Yeah, but that shows what he teaches high school now, so that kind of shows what happened with skateboarding. But I don't know. It was a really interesting culture. But talking about skateboarding, when I was in middle school, I certainly was into skateboarding myself. And I used to go to my friend's house, my friend Josh, and we would bust out our boards and have a little fun in his driveway. Like I would,
it was a pool parking lot. Yeah,
I would do a manual, and I would go up a ramp and go down a ramp. I was pretty good.
Ooh,
yeah.
You know what I like doing?
What?
Getting someone on my electric scooter after it was repaired, because we did repair it after that great crash.
The great crash of 2001,
whenever it was. Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, not the other great crash of 2001. You might be thinking of.
After I got my scooter repaired and all that bullshit, just take like a rope or something, hang on to the back with your skateboard. It was a fun time.
Oh, and someone would pull you. You know what I did was I had a longboard, which I actually, even still now, I don't have one in California, but I still enjoy longboarding.
There's a very popular Rocket Power episode about longboarding versus skateboarding and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I like longboarding. It's just very casual. It's fun, putting in headphones and then just kind of like cruising around some smooth pavement.
I want an electric longboard.
An electric longboard? What?
Yeah.
They make those?
Yeah. They're pretty much the electric skateboards, except longer.
Oh, those kids and their electric skateboards. But I used to get on a longboard, and I had a golden retriever named Casey. I love you, Casey. And I love you too, Casey. And
help! I'm suffering.
No. And basically, I would put him on his leash, and then he would just pull me around the neighborhood.
Casey's not a boy's name.
Yeah, it is. It's a unisex name.
Ew!
Dude, my biggest YouTube rival in 6th grade was when I first started doing
Casey Anthony.
YouTube. No, not Casey Anthony. While she is, I do have some personal rivalries with her. My personal YouTube rival was this kid named Casey that was in my visual arts class in middle school, and we both made YouTube videos on our really old channels, and we always were like feuding about who was copying one another. And God, I remember one time, like, I called him on the phone after school. We had like a call, and I was like, "Stop copying me!" And we got in this big fight and stuff. And he's like, "I don't want to be your friend anymore." And like YouTube was just tearing us apart. It was crazy. But wait. Funny story about Casey. Casey, if you're listening, I think you'll enjoy this because I was going through my laptop last night and I had a lot of old. I stumbled upon an old Dropbox folder I had that was just nothing but stuff from like 2009. I almost said 29. 2009, 2010, 2011, and it was I found this rap song Casey had made. And Casey was this little white kid that liked skateboarding and making YouTube videos and magic tricks.
White. Vanilla. Disgusting. I do not like the vanilla bros.
Ew, gross. Vanilla people. But basically, Casey made this like...
So bland.
I gotta show you, Ryan. Casey made a rap song. Like not a joking one. He made like a serious hard rap song with his brother. And it is... No offense, Casey. It is absolutely... awful. I showed Chris, and Chris was just like, we're laughing our asses off at it. And Chris said that we should take that rap song that he made when he was in like 7th grade, and we should just make like a high quality music video for it. Just like
awesome.
with us, and like preface it like like this kid in middle school made this rap, and like I just rediscovered it, so now we're producing like the music video it's always deserved. And dude, the lyrics are like, he's talking about like getting like a blumpkin and stuff, which if you don't know what a blumpkin is, it's when you get filleted upon when a girl gives you oral sex while you are going number 2 on the can.
Did people do that in high school?
I didn't do that in high school.
I most certainly didn't do that in high school. I don't remember that.
I don't remember. I don't know anyone that's ever received a so-called blumpkin. Forgot what I was gonna say. I love when I forget what I was gonna say.
It's about
that time.
Is about that time that you went scuba diving with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Bitch.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch. Classic line from Zoolander 2, which we saw advanced screening of. It was bad.
It was very bad.
Which made me sad. Because,
no surprise, this is a while ago.
Oh, yeah. We saw, was this like fucking back in February, I think. We saw an advanced screening of Zoolander 2 like a week or
like
two
a premiere
before.
screening or something.
And it was so bad. I mean, which sucks because I loved the first Zoolander movie. I think it's absolutely... It is a groundbreaking comedy. It is hilarious. Every time I watch Zoolander, I find myself laughing myself into a little fit. It's
only
clever.
meant to exist in that time, though. I believe that style of humor is.
I think if Zoolander came out today, it wouldn't be successful.
Well, it did. It's called Zoolander 2.
Well, no, but objectively speaking, Zoolander 2, the comedy and writing was just so much worse than Zoolander 1. Oh, it was bad.
But I feel like, same with kind of like, I don't know, Anchorman, if it came out today, I don't think it would do as well. I feel like those types of like weird oddball comedies were we discussed this with like Nacho Libre and Nacho Pacho, Vote for Pedro.
I wonder how Napoleon Dynamite would do if it came out in 2016.
Well, see, those types of indie movies are looked at as cringy now, but Napoleon Dynamite and Juno, I think, still get a pass because they were the bigger products of that time. And so now that things are basing themselves off of those, or since they are the ones that may have based their stuff off of other people, but they're the ones that got popular, those are safe, I think.
There was a Napoleon Dynamite animated show on Fox for a while. I think it only got like a 1-season run, and it wasn't. I don't even think they got like John Heater or anyone to voice. I don't think they got any of the original people to voice, but it was like, it was bad. It's just that was Napoleon Dynamite. Should be one of those things that is a one-time, like a one-hit wonder. It never needs to be remade because I'm sure, dude, I guarantee 25, 30 years down the road, there's going to be a Napoleon Dynamite remake. Sometime in our lifetime, or even beyond our lifetime, that movie's going to get remade.
I'm more saddened by the fact that you and I won't get to see like this Oscar-worthy performance movie made about the ridiculousness of Donald Trump in this election.
Oh yeah,
because like
there's going to be a big. I don't know if it's going to be 5 years from now or if it's going to be 50
I think it's going to be
years
after our lifetime. There's going to be this big biopic, and it's going to have people going, "There's no way this happened. He couldn't say that. Like, wait, he said that in this time and place. Oh no!" I think that was away from the mic.
No, I see the waveform of it.
Are you sure?
Well, I can assure the listeners this. They're listening to, your flatulence from the comfort of their headphones, from the comfort of their phone. I am right here on the front line. Like I am right. I am in exclusion zone of Fukushima right now.
You're smelling what was confined in my anus.
In your sphincter, I'm smelling. Okay, is that actual particles from whatever that is floating through the air and going into my nose? Like how does it work? You know,
because I believe there has to be some sort of physical representation of what happened for you to interact with it, whether it be taste.
Yeah, because my
anything.
nose, like the sensors in my nose, are picking up what came out of your ass and translating it to my brain. That smells awful. That smells like that came out of Ryan's ass, which means that some particles from your ass are in my nose and lungs.
Yeah, enjoy the pink eye. And with that, with Matt's pink eye saluting us, bye-bye. This has been another wonderful episode of the Super Mega Cast.
But we have some awesome guests lined up for the podcast that we are very excited about. Just get excited for these future episodes because that was one of the visions of the podcast from the beginning is we want to have more guests on. And we, maybe we got our little buddy Frank Japsy coming on soon too for a little more.
Who knows?
Yeah,
You'll have to wait and find out.
Maybe you'll have to keep watching and giving us